my favorite moment from yesterday was you talking about the Coors Light of weed and Jim Belushi going, I'm going to bitch smack you for that one.
That might be the biggest thing in my career so far.
That's, I think that
an A-list celebrity say he's going to bitch slap me. That's
it was pretty amazing because
I'll take it.
He came in and he was pretty rough from the night before.
He came in cold.
And literally in about 7 minutes, he got warmed up. Once that comment went, then he was all game on, man. I'm ready to roll.
I'll take it.
Yup. I was going to say, you pull started the freaking engine right there, man. That was awesome. Dude, I think, well, you know what was funny is like, so when I was looking back and I was editing everything, right? At the first 47 seconds is like the intro, right? The very beginning is when like you sit down and I go record, like, and we are live. And he'd been sitting there for maybe like 3 minutes and he's like, wait, we're live? We're like, no, we're not live. Like,
Good morning, New York.
Yeah. And
You're tuned in to a special episode of Frosted Nug Presents. Let's dive in.
I mean, the night before we're at Bellevue Winery. That was
awesome.
That was off the hook. That was really, really good event.
that really was, dude. They did that up. So I didn't know what to expect walking into it, but then walking in, I was like, wow. You hear the blues band as you're pulling in and walking in, and then you just like unassuming through this door, and then just everybody.
I was like, are all these people just here at the winery? I was like, no, they're all here for the event. There was a lot of people there. I mean, there was at least 200 people there.
Well, you're there to see Jim Belushi. And the only thing that I know Jim Belushi is, from what you see on TV or whatever. And then you get there and it's like starstruck in a way. You had there's security there walking around with him and he's up playing a harmonica and everything. And it was like, man, this is like an exclusive deal that a lot of people don't get the experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. We've been doing this stuff. We've been working with some cool people. And like for me, everybody is just, they're a person, right? At the end of the day, like there's very few people where I'm like, oh my gosh, and so when we got there, I'm just like, this is like, they're here. Like, that's so cool. Like he's here, he's doing his thing. My girlfriend loves the Blues Brothers. Loves the Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers are awesome.
Yeah. I mean, so as soon as before we even knew about like the Monday night event and everything, I was like, yeah, like Jim Belushi is bringing his brand to New Jersey, like Blues Brothers stuff and like Belushi Farms. And she's like, oh, that's so cool. I was like, yeah, he's going to be at the Frosted Nug Tuesday morning. She's like, I might call out of work. I was just like, well, you are cordially invited to the private event Monday night before. And she was just like processing that this was all happening so quickly because they did the song Everybody Needs Somebody, and he like walk out and everything, and he walked out and we're right front and center. I get a high five, she gets a high five, and she just turns to me, she's like
Yeah, dude,
it was cool.
It's cool. He like commanded the crowd. Like everybody was out there dancing. It was really cool. Like usually you go places, there's a band playing, people watch, whatever. Dude, it was like a concert. And I'm like, this is cool, man. Everybody was into it. I wasn't dancing, but I was like me and Frank said, but we were watching and everybody was having a good fucking time. Sorry for cussing.
Well, he's authentic, and as the night goes on and you get to know him and he starts talking, and then when he comes and does the podcast here and the event that we had, you see that he's successful because this is what he's passionate about. He's passionate about a lot of things, but he's really passionate about this too, especially with his brother, everything that happened.
Yeah, you can tell he believes in it.
That. Oh yeah.
I think that was one of my favorite parts. I had like a little bit of a different perspective, like sitting behind, the desk over there and kind of like just taking it all in and just really like processing, and what's being said. Cause I'm like, I want to switch the camera angle when something makes sense, but like, my God, when he was just talking about like the reason he does it and the purpose and the passion, you felt it. You could tell, you could tell.
It seemed like he was going to tear up talking about it. Like he definitely felt it.
Yeah. And I think that's the coolest part is like, it made so much sense to have him here because everything, all the stuff we talk about, like this is more than just
it's for the community. It's for we're trying to help people. We're trying to give them the best thing that we have access to and tell them why it's so good.
Exactly.
And it's a talent to be able. You had like 150, 200 people in line, whatever it was. But I could see the people, like you said, sometimes he would tear up, but it might have only been 5 or 10 seconds with the people, but I think they make him feel that 5 or 10 seconds really meant something, you know? He could connect with them so fast like that, get a good, and he makes sure, if you ever watch him, he always, when he gets that picture, he always wants to make sure he looks good, is a certain way, and it's actually a different picture with everybody that he takes. It's pretty cool.
It's not a canned image. Yeah, he's like thinking of something cool to do, and yes, it's a very personal thing that he does, and it's really freaking cool the way he does it.
I mean, when Jack was talking to him, and Jack was talking about the podcast and everything that with because of Eli, and and he just like hugged Jack.
Dude, such a heartfelt moment. It was so cool.
And like just really like Jack told me he saw him again before he left, and he like said like bring it in. And Jack's like, it's funny because like I'm not really a hugger, but like when Jim Belushi is the one that's being like that, you're like, I'll lean into it, I'll go.
And then my Aunt Betsy's right there, and she's like type A, and here he's coming out of this minute hug, and you can see his face is just so like, I can't. I feel so sorry for this guy. And Aunt Betsy's like, yeah, come on, we're taking a picture. We're taking a picture. He's like, what is going on? Let me show you how to take a picture.
Oh my gosh. That was awesome. From the moment that he walked in to the moment he left, he was like just on and
talking to him, man. Like you said, we've talked to, like I'm talking to Hollis and Riley, and everybody's just a person. And I try to treat it like that. But man, it was like different. It's like a different energy sitting next to him. Like you said, like he's like, oh, we're starting cold. He's drinking his coffee, and you can tell he was like in his own head, like just sitting here, he's like, wait a minute. but then it did, when it turned on, it was on, and you're like, oh man, this is a whole thing in there.
Well, after the podcast, we had to go into the lounge because he had a TV. It was a news station up in Rhode Island. So he had the iPad out, and then Greg, his CEO's right there getting everything going. And I'm just standing by the door, and we have this iPad propped up on all these boxes and everything. Like this thing's going to fall in the middle. And, he's just like, has a couple notes written down, but I'm like, I don't know if he's ready for this interview or anything. Don't you know, once it flipped over, it's like, he was ready to go. He was in his element, and he was like, it was amazing.
It's crazy to see the switch flip.
Yes. Right? Just like that. I mean, on TV with, live in Rhode Island. And
it's crazy. It's just, it's a testament again to just like, you have a career of doing that. It's you can flip it on, but it was really cool. I think what you were saying too, Dave, to see the moments where it wasn't just out there and it wasn't like all eyes on. He came back here and it was just like hanging out and just talking, and just like it felt really cool to see like just a moment of downtime. Just
he was sitting right there. He wanted to smoke a cigar, just take a couple hits of a cigar, smell some weed,
and he's just like. It's again just like, oh, he's a dude, and he's a very cool dude.
Dude, yes, very genuine.
Yeah.
I'm really proud, like operational on our end. Like it's our first major event. It's the first time we actually took like 3 weeks to a month to advertise for this, and then to see the entire staff. I mean, the production here. I mean, everything it was just perfect. Like I think it was a good test for us to go through to see what we can do. And for the first time, it was really cool. But now we have a blueprint that, we know what we want to do. And each time it's like, how do we make it better? How do we make it better?
Yeah, just build on that.
Yeah. We got, the crew on both ends, this side of the building, other side of the building, I think just held it down on all fronts, like this. Again, like this setup took a while. Like this setup all in all was probably over the span of like 3 separate days getting it fully dialed. But at the end of the day, too, it's like, all right, we know what we're doing. And then over there, too, all the promos, the deals, everybody being able to handle that influx of people.
That's what I was worried about.
Like everybody held it down. Everybody, that's what I love about this is like whatever the opportunity is, whatever the event is, everybody's got their lane that they crush it at.
Yeah, it's 8:30 to 10:30, and I'm like, do we bring more people in? What if we have 200 people and we only have our standard morning bud tenders? Like, is that going to be enough? Are people going to get mad? And I'll tell you, it worked out perfectly. I think it just was meant to be. It flowed well, and
Everybody got to meet him. He hung out.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know. It timed perfectly. They saw and like you said, it's like his professionalism to know who to spend time with, who, everybody gets their moment, even if it's a short moment. And I feel like the room read it well too. They know they couldn't hang out long and linger, there's a couple lingers, but that's fine. They weren't being weird about it. They're just, dude, he's a freaking huge celebrity,
Yeah.
So there's, like you said, people are starstruck, and this is a small town. Like Bruce Willis comes around sometimes, but he don't do stuff like that. He doesn't do stuff like
Think about that in Carney's point. Outside of Bruce Willis, has there really been a celebrity at his caliber here to hang out with anybody? I can't remember in my lifetime that I would know about. I've lived
here my whole life. No. Bruce Willis bought the riverfront. That was the closest we got. And his dad lived in that big stone house. That was like and
in 18 weeks,
what's the car going in and out of the driveway?
In 18 weeks, we were able to bring Belushi here and pull off what we did.
Yeah. I was just going to say, man,
it's crazy.
I was going to say, but again, I think that's a testament to the fact that it's not just 18 weeks. It's 18 weeks of since open, but it's years. It's years of just development and you guys just like putting in that work. And then, in the more recent era, everyone else that got involved and all the way leading up to the actual open and then staff being here now and also doing their thing. It's really cool to see like each phase and each era and how it's all just like building this super strong foundation and then another layer and another layer. And you can build this thing all the way up to the sky. And I think that's, that's the direction moving forward at this point now. Like
I know
the blueprint, like you said.
I know what my partner's thinking right now.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have to do to get Dan Aykroyd
and
Jim Belushi doing a Blues Brothers deal in our campus outside?
Listen, it's happening.
Can we do that this summer?
I have it. It's gonna happen. We've got the ball rolling.
I was going to say the irons are in the fire.
Yeah. So Danny Clinch, the guy, the photographer that we're working with, wants to do more stuff with us down here, and part of that is going to be working with his son Max, and Max is super creative himself, and Tina, his assistant up there, super creative and super awesome. So us together, we're all going to work with them. We want to have some sort of art show here, so we're going to start planning that. But I invited Max down to the Belushi event with the hopes that he would meet Jim, and that didn't happen, but that's okay because like everything else with this project we're working on, the universe lines up.
The drummer.
Yes.
Right.
The universe lines up and the Venn diagrams overlap, and he gets food. He gets there 5 minutes before. So him and Tina get food, and they're walking out and they see the drummer of the band and they know each other, and they go, "Oh, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm here to play in the band." And that's literally the drummer from Max's dad, Danny Clinch's band, his blues band. He also plays blues. He also plays harmonica. He has the same birthday as John Belushi, loves the Blues Brothers. Just all of it lines up. They were texting Danny while they were there, sending him videos, and he's in New York City, pissed he can't be here to be at. He would have been on stage playing harmonica with him. So that's that foundation. And then Jim told the story about how he doesn't smoke the giant crazy joints that everybody gives him, but Dan does. All the while, I had already put a giant crazy joint in his bag for him to smoke. And I'm like, give this to Dan to smoke. So I'm hoping that joint finds its way back to Dan Aykroyd. It makes him inspired to come play some music with Jim and his drummer and Danny, who's also Danny's drummer, at our event this spring with some giant pop-up art show. Music, art, photography, everything.
All I'm saying is, there was at least 2 separate occasions where Jim said that he would love to come back. And I'm just saying, Jim, we would love to have you back.
Please.
It is an open invitation and a very direct invitation to make your way back.
Yeah.
And be as creative as you want with whatever you want to do, man. Just come meet Danny. That's what I want to happen. Danny is photographed and has relationships with so many people in the culture, in the industry, in every part of it. I got to imagine it crosses. They had to have crossed paths before, even if it was like unknowingly.
Dude, just from hearing the stories that Danny was telling when we were there at his studio and hearing him talk about like the perspective and his perspective of everything, hearing him talk about that versus also like how like Jim's ability to storytell and reflect on certain things. Oh my God. Like the chemistry there is gotta be crazy, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like what I see with all this. What's so fun about it is there's gotta be people that like, there's gotta be like, I don't know, CEO people, investor people that are like, what are you getting out of this? You know, like, what is this? And man, just the fact that just being able to bring a Jim Belushi and a Danny Clinch together, it's just exciting. And there's going to be exciting stuff that comes off of it. And like you said, if you can feed off of that and then figure out the lane, they want to do fun stuff like that too. Everybody, he takes photographs. He obviously wants to have a pop-up. We have an awesome place to do a pop-up. They want to play music. Like it all just intersects. It's all a giant Venn diagram that just all works together. And this industry needs this. It needs culture and it needs these creative people that are intertwined in it anyway. These people use cannabis just like we all do for all the same stuff. Like he talked about it. He uses it for when he does stuff like this and then he wonders about what he talked about. He gets anxious about it and he just gets out of his head by using cannabis. That's what, I asked him, what do you use it for? And he had like a roundabout way of getting to it, but it was good the way he did it. He had a nice story for it. And then explain what he uses cannabis for. And it was a real thoughtful way of doing it.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting when he really talked a lot about strains.
Yeah.
Right? And that just takes it to the next level. Because most people, like if you're a celebrity, it's like they get into it and it could be like scratching the surface. I'm getting into it because I want to hop on the train. And he's really knows the strains. I mean, and if you watched his TV show, Growing Belushi, it was a lot about that, finding the strains, going out there, finding the right people. And I think, once he started doing that, was like a little geek out moment for you, right?
Yeah, dude. And then the real geek out moment is when you crack the bag or the jar open and it really smells good and it really tastes good. Like the pink certs, I said it to my wife and me and Jack agree on it. It smells pink and it tastes pink. It's a weird thing about weed. And maybe it's just like, I don't know, me, I associate colors with sounds with everything. So like things can sound pink. They can smell pink. They can taste pink. They just do. I don't know. Just do it. It makes sense in my head. It makes sense in Jack's head too. So I don't know.
And you can see like for him, I think he said he was in 20 states, but you can imagine, you're only as good as your grower in your state and the strain you're taking.
But you're right. And the genetics. So then on the other side of that, he's got mule fuel, which is super, it's like the gassiest weed I've smelled in a long time. And that's a testament to strains because that's a different grower growing the same strain, the same cut. So they have the same clone. It comes from the same mother plant or the same tissue culture guy, whatever they have the same thing across all those different states. And if it's a really good keeper strain, it's hard to grow a keeper strain bad. Like as long as you're doing something the right way, there's 1,000 ways you can grow it and it'll still end up good in its own way.
Yeah. I think it's also though, I mean, you're saying with that, it's like, it's hard to go wrong with that. And then you also pair that with like the operation they have going on up at Highgrass. And it's like, it could never fail.
And they're dialing it in even more. Like it's already been an awesome facility, but you can just tell like this batch of that Belushi weed is special. It's like a really good batch of weed.
It's the first time they've ever done this to this capacity in the state. Dr. John and Lou and Mike, they have this wonderful facility, but at the same time, they're learning all this. So you got a good 6 months to learn all that. And even just to do one rotation takes 100 days by the time you're doing it, drying it, packaging it and everything. Right. So, it takes time to dial it in. You can't just dial it in a day. But they're definitely, you can tell the difference of their qualities definitely.
It's definitely on the
uprise.
Yeah. 100%.
Amazing. I think when I just take a step back to look at really the past like 48 hours,
Seriously. That's been like it all coming to a head, like the culmination of it all, right?
Well, that's what I was going to say. When I take a step back and look at all of it, it's like it makes me think about like, damn, okay, that happened. Now what's next? Frank stopped by earlier again and we were talking about like, cool, like you made it to the launch. Now what's next? And he's like, well, now it's time to really put now's where we actually, the real work starts, and it just got me thinking too about like, all right, cool. We did the Belushi event. Now, like, what's next here? And I mean, I know we've all got
we all have our versions
1,000 ideas and they all are, in the general same direction. But I mean, Chris, like, where's your head at with like, what's next?
With Belushi in general, or
No,
with
I mean,
everything?
like just everything. Now, we've had the Belushi event has happened and it was, I'd say, a massive success, but like, riding that wave and that momentum.
Yeah, like umbrella,
Yeah, I think you have to, go ahead and make things happen as far as you always have to have events that you're always building towards. Like this event's done. Our next event, we have a new vendor launch on the 20th. So 10 days from now, we're having a launch event, 4-hour launch event. And it's a great story. It's just like a Jim Belushi as, this person, used cannabis because of their medical needs to get through it. Next thing you know, turned that into a business. And it's a woman who was in the insurance industry, right? And then now she's launching a legal brand and only starting in 5 dispensaries, but it's just a great story. And I know this is going to be a great launch for us because when I put the first video out, first little clip of a podcast we did, she got like 1,000 views overnight and a ton of comments. So there's people that are following her, that have been her customers, all in the underground legacy, that now it's the coming out party. And you want to see, small people win. But I see there's, with Max and Danny Clinch, that's another event. And I just think we just got to keep building on event after event after event. And now, when we first got started, man, we were just trying to get this, just trying to make sales and everything. Yeah. Now we know to have an event, there's a certain SOP we've got to follow. 3 to 4 weeks out, we're starting the engine of advertising, marketing, promoting, and all that. So
yeah,
it's a lot of steps to all this stuff to do it the right way. You I don't know, as just an average consumer online before all this, you take all of it for granted. The stuff that you see, like a super nice ad or just any production of anything, like anything that's made it on TV. No matter what has gone through. And then I think of like Better Call Saul and like his like team that he had, making the videos of him. And it's just, I don't know, any of the behind the scenes work that you see, the production that goes into it, and then like realizing that and I don't know, appreciating it. So
I think as a group, we always take pride in disrupting things.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
So I think going through the Belushi event here, I'm like, this is the blueprint. Like, there's all these vendors that we have in our store, and none of them have been introduced the right way. We just opened our doors and are trying to make sales, and we don't even know the vendors. We don't know the salespeople really. We're just learning about everything. We might have went to their grow initially and did things, but now it's like we need to go back and we need to introduce each brand to people in an atmosphere like this.
Well, like the way they came and introduced themselves to us when we set this same room up as the classroom before we opened.
Yes.
And we had all the bud tenders come in and they came in and they had their PowerPoints and they taught us about their brand. Yeah, I mean, we might need to do, that's a good idea. Circle back to all those brands and go, all right, we don't want to do a pop-up. We want to do the same educational type of course you did for us, for our people, for our community, for our customers.
Or some type of event. I mean, people love education, but people also love to have a good time.
Fun stuff.
People love fun, and people love
connect with the people of that company.
Yeah. And I think there's a way to do it where, like, especially what we're seeing where, we're doing these events and, we've got a lot of different things that we're working on. I think being able to apply that same type of blueprint to the vendors and to our partners is pretty cool, because then it's not just like come over to a pop-up, set up a booth or set up a table in a dispensary. It's like, let's host something. Let's host an event. Let's have you guys host the brand connect party on the flex space or on this side of the building, and then, do it upright, have that plan out in advance. Maybe it's one vendor a month. Maybe it's, a different cadence, who knows? But I think there's a way to do it where it's something that's exciting, because when you have something to look forward to and you can build it up to an event, like this is something that I always tried to keep in mind when I was doing a lot of the music stuff back in the day, working with bands and marketing, is like everything is an opportunity to build excitement. Like you could be announcing a show, right? And it's kind of like a joke cliche where it's like, we're going to announce the announcement. But it's like, how can you stretch things as much as possible and say like, we've got big news coming soon, stay tuned. And people are like, oh, what is it? And then you do like,
it's like when I'm doing with the
Monday on 10 p.m. we're announcing this thing. And they're like, oh my God, what is it? It's you can stretch it a whole lot.
Yeah. The Connoisseurs Club. We've been putting the thing up. We got, I think Chase said there's 280 people or something signed up. just to see what's coming next.
We haven't really put any focus on it.
No, it's
really,
literally a QR
just
code to sign up. And then we had some hand sign up forms, which I thought got it jump started because it felt more personal and people were asking people what they like about things. It's a good entry point. They know something's coming, and it is.
Yeah. The other day I had a CFO from one of our vape companies come in and they were talking and, I didn't really know, but during the week of the Green Wednesday week, from Wednesday to Sunday, we sold over 300 of their vapes, which I was like, are you sure that number's right? And Becca said, yeah, it was right. And I looked and it's right. It's over 300. Right. And, but this is what the thing that I really took out from it. He's like, any data you can give us, we would love. They make decisions and they really don't know who their customer is. So when I sit back and I listen to that, and then I look at a pop-up event, your pop-up event is only as good as that person you put there. As if that person is engaging, you're going to get some decent data. Now that person's going to have to get the data and then bring it back. Yeah. Right. So I'm thinking this, to me, if you could have like a party over here, and if you could do like a setup like this, and you had 20 or 30 people from their brand that they could talk to, and they can really understand, why did you buy this? What did you like about it? They don't even get that information. So why can't we flip the script and
they
start
do that
giving
with this kind of stuff, right? Whenever they put something new out, like they have focus groups,
all
they pay people to come.
These companies don't know how to do it. Yeah. They're dealing with 200-300 dispensaries that are just trying to stay alive. They're understaffed. They, most of them don't know what they're doing. Yeah. They don't have a marketing budget. They have,
we've been talking about that since day one, is like the qualitative data, because you can look at how many number of sales and how many people have bought and are how long are they buying this product for, or month over month and all that type of stuff. But it's like the qualitative information of knowing like, what's your story? What's your background? What was the reason that you decided that you wanted to try something that was an edible instead of flower? Why did you choose this one? Yep. It's like
there's a lot of entry points. Why'd you choose this one?
A lot. Exactly. It's like, what was your hesitation?
Did you like the logo? Did you like the color? Did you like,
or did somebody sell you?
Exactly.
Did a family member bring something to a family dinner? Go, hey, rub this on your back. I know it hurts. That's what I do for people when I make balm.
Yeah.
I know they don't smoke weed. I keep saying it. Everybody's got something that hurts, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, just they do, or they can't sleep good. Yeah. That's the two things I keep going back to. You got something that hurts, or you can't sleep good. I can make the thing that hurts like hurt a little bit less. I'm not saying I'm going to heal any pain. I'm just going to, you can take the surface level, fucking hurt off of things and you don't get high. So there's like so much more to this thing that I think is very unexplored, which is topical, like going to a massage therapist and getting it rubbed in. And if you rub it on the bottom of your feet, again, this is not backed medically or signed but you sleep.
We really want to just claim.
Really good. I get a really good night's sleep when you just rub it on your feet. You just do, and you don't get high.
That was a good way to say that.
I know that it's just one of them things. I have some older women in my life, my aunts and my mom, and they rub it on their feet and they sleep like babies. And it's just, I don't know. And I think that there's so much more exploration of this that's going to happen in the next few years, because I got to believe it's going to be federally legal soon. And when that happens, they're going to be able to test it more.
Well, here's my thought too. And to kind of like slightly pull it back to what we were talking about right before that, it's like knowing that there's so many different ways and there's different entry points and all that stuff. It's like the biggest thing that I always think about, and this was my thing when I was really like heavy duty, like running the video company, working with brands. I'm like, there's always an obstacle or an objection. And then there's always a story of how someone overcame that. And especially true here. I call it the SCORE framework for any testimonial, any social proof. You got a story, you got a catalyst, you have an obstacle, and you have a result. And then somebody engages at the end. Here's what I recommend. But the obstacle is the big part of any like testimony. It's, what was your hesitation? And within this industry, there's so many people who are either hesitant to try something new, or hesitant to try something at all, or hesitant because maybe 30 years ago they had an experience and they remember what it was like back then, and they're afraid to dabble back into it. But they have so many different objections and obstacles that prevent them from doing it. But then for all those people who then went for it, there was something about that product or the brand that help them overcome it. And if you know that information, you're golden, because then you know there's a lot more people that very likely had a very similar objection or hesitation or internal mindset thing.
Because we're all a lot more alike than we think.
And if we know what helps them overcome that, then you know what points to talk about more. And that helps your bud tenders, that helps your marketing, your advertising. It helps figure out the strategic directions in which you try to connect with other people. That informs everything. And so I think if we can, like we were saying, set up the space and the events and more than just a pop-up to get that type of information, you know, then, I mean, my God, that's a game changer.
And we have the data of the people that have already bought. That's good. A good thing about launching it without this event is now we know organically like what our customers have been buying, and we can look at the top 10 buyers from XYZ company that wants to come, and then have them
bring a friend.
Yeah. So you have like a 20-person intimate thing back here in chairs like this, and they can just talk to the people. And then, the representative of that company can really dial in and go, okay, why do you guys buy so much of this? Like, what do you like so much about it? And why'd you bring your friend here? You know? Oh my God.
We just reinvented focus groups. Is what we did here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is just, it's working backwards to the same thing.
But it's like, you're so true. And I think it's something that just doesn't, or at least I'm not aware of, that happens in this industry, you know, but I think there's a way to do it that's respectful to the culture that we always talk about, you know.
I mean, it's in the end, it's helping those customers get more of what they want from the company that they already like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know it's like a weird capitalist spin to it. I don't know, but it's what we're here for. You know, everybody wants to smoke good weed. That's what I'm here for. And if I can get better products out of these companies for you guys to smoke better weed, that's the goal.
It's a capitalist thing, though. I think people want to be a part of something too. You know,
that's very true.
To be invited to something that, hey, I'm interested in cannabis. I love cannabis. And wow, this brand recognized that I buy their brand. Wow, that's pretty cool. I would love to go to an event and meet the CEO or meet, and talk about it. And maybe I can help them. I mean, that's 100%. Pretty cool.
I think so too.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Yes. Like Jim said it really well yesterday when he was sitting here. He's like, at this point, there's no reason for anyone to grow shitty pot.
That's right.
It's like there's no reason anyone here. It's been a thing long enough, and knowing that, it's like, all right, if the standard is already a passing grade, 80%, right? To get to that next 90%, it's a whole different ball game, and the game is knowing what people actually want. If everything's good, how do you get to great? You just tailor it better to what people actually specifically want.
It's a fine line from good to great.
It is.
It's really close.
Dude, put that on my gravestone.
When you're in,
holy shit, it's a fine line from good to great.
Once you're at the great level, they're the ones that can say, you know what? It was only a couple little tweaks to go from good to great. But the ones that are always stay at good and never get out of the good, they still think it's so much farther away when it's just a couple little tweaks, being open to a couple things, changing a couple things. And my partner always says too, which is obviously right, is timing is a definite issue too. You know, if you could be close to great or great at the right timing, the results are off the chart. You can be great at the wrong timing and you only be good results, if that. Right. So, that's that one intangible that you have to recognize. It's time to go. This is an opportunity. I'm equipped. The people around me are equipped. And now you have the tools to make that happen, because I think we can all look in retrospect. There's been a lot of opportunities that maybe you pass by. And then if you're honest with yourself, you say, you know what? If I did say yes, I probably wasn't ready to make it happen.
Yeah. And where would we be now? Yeah. Where would we be right now? Not able to look at all the other stuff that we see so clear now. That's like, this is the way.
Well, I think the difference too is that a lot of people that are good but don't move into great it's scary, because it's maybe just a couple small tweaks, but those couple small tweaks have huge, massive implications.
The small tweaks thing is so big, dude. It's like with everything I've done, whether it's skateboarding, karate, or blowing glass, the way to get the best at it is to do it over and over. But it's like you said, it's always one thing. It's always some stupid little trick that you didn't realize you needed to do. And then once it's not stupid, but just this thing that you've just been looking over it the whole time. Yeah. You're like, I've been working so backwards. Like, why was I doing it this way? It's been in front of me the whole time.
But if you work in silo, though, you'll never see it, right? If you have someone from the outside analyzing, or is a different set of eyes looking on you, that could be your breakthrough. But if you're always by yourself, you can never really see the growth. Like if you're trying to lose weight and someone hasn't seen you in 3 weeks, they're like, oh my God, you look absolutely, what are you doing? And you're like, I don't know, I don't feel like I got any results yet. And you're like, wow, this person noticed, so I must be on the right path.
Yeah.
Or you just need that sometimes, that outside, that team.
Well, people, I would see people over the years, and maybe I wouldn't see them in a while, and they'd be like, man, it looks like you're killing it. I'm like, I'm glad it looks that way.
Yeah,
sure, yeah. Yeah.
Like, mission accomplished.
Yeah, we just sent $50,000 out today to vendors. It was a great day for a podcast.
Yeah, day of life.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like, I'm dangerously optimistic but skeptical. And, I'm just like, you know how many people are like, they will never be in a position where they can even do that, or like how many people like want to get into the industry, and like that it's like you upgrade your situation, you upgrade your problems, and I don't want to spin like paying out 50 grand is awesome because it sucks, but being in a position where it's like that's the essential part of like everything else that's happening.
Problem to have in
and again, like it's so like it feels like such a backhanded way to say it, but it's like if the problem was be like, oh, fuck, I got to pay $50 for that like parking ticket. Oh God, how am I going to do that? It's like that's a very different place to be at than be like, yeah, we just paid this out to vendors today. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like rose-colored lenses type of thing.
It's interesting when you're able to analyze and look back in hindsight and everything, right? And you can see what we've been able to accomplish as a group. But before we were a group, we were all like separate band members. And you had like Dave with Foxel Media, who was successful in his own right? But trying to build his business and figure it out and take it to the next level. And then you've got Chuck with Death of the Fox, and he's a great brewer and business person and branding and in the community with the Chamber of Commerce and everything. But he's trying to build his brand over there. And then you got Dave, who's got 20 years of glass blowing experience, legacy grower, knows everything you want to know about weed and trying to figure all that. And then you got Steve and I that are trying to make a farm work when farm is not going to work in New Jersey, no matter how hard you try, unless something drastically changes. And then you've got Nick. And I remember when Nick started, we've always been successful in the construction industry, but I remember he went out on his own and got too big too fast, had to reel it back, but then has methodically now has 2 or 3 businesses that he's co-partners with and seeing a lot of multiple success. But each and every person, I think, was in a grind and in a struggle, and even though they're successful, but now bringing everybody together, it seems like it's as much success as they had individually. Together, it's just, I can see it's going to be way bigger than what any of us could imagine individually. And I don't think we have ideas, but I don't think we really know how big this actually can be and what we can actually do together.
I mean,
just that dynamic to me, it's just
dude, it's amazing. It's like the classic, how do you make 2 + 2 = 5? You put the right people together, and like a little bit of creative math there, I guess. But like, it's, since I guess August is when I was like on the team. We've been doing stuff for a while, but like since then, dude, like there's not a day where I either come in here or I'm working on something where I'm like, oh God, I gotta do this now. Like there's things that are like, even just like setting this up, I was like, oh crap, I have to figure out like how am I gonna make this part work? But by and large, every single thing that we're doing, I'm like stoked about. Like I come home late sometimes because I'm just like so stuck in what we're doing here and I love it. And I'll come home and I'm just like, I straight up said to my girlfriend last night when I came home, she's just like, how's your day? And I was just like, oh, it's so cool. It's just like, I love what I do.
I feel like a jerk sometimes, you know, you like go around normal people and they're like, oh, how was your day? And they're expecting you to be like, work, it sucks. And I'm like, yeah, it was fucking awesome. I don't know. I didn't want to leave. And I can't, so hard to say that to your family, you know? It's like, I don't know. I love my job. I love coming to work. I love waking up and thinking about it. I love sitting up. I like that my kids go to bed at a normal time every night and my wife falls asleep after one episode so I can like sit up for 2 hours and just like think about shit because I can't turn it all off. You know, I can't turn it off in my brain.
Dude, I came home the night of my surprise like birthday party. And I was like, I got to get this investor deck.
You were up till 6 in the morning,
I didn't sleep.
8 in the morning,
and
I think,
like,
finally went to sleep.
And I'm like locked in. I'm like, let's go. Like a year ago or 2 years ago, if it were like a client project and I did, I'd be like, I fucking hate this. Why am I still doing this? But I'm just like, oh, dude, no, wait. Oh, I should add this picture here. I'm like,
and
they're going to love this.
For the investor meeting the next day. I mean, it was just, since that weekend, it's been, honestly, that's kind of when it all kicked into gear.
The new era
investor meeting weekend. It's been pretty foot on the gas since like 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
When you brought that up, like I'll go home and then I'll spend some time with the family and when me and my wife will sit down because the kids don't want to watch TV with me and everything. So we sit on the couch and everything. And then she's got her spot and everything and it's on. So then I'm like going down into my bag, pulling out the laptop. And it's like, she's like, what are you doing? Oh, I was like, oh no, I was just looking for something. No, don't think about bringing that laptop out. I'm like, damn it, I need to make
this Divi image.
What a
Source Club image.
It's balance, right?
Yeah, man. What an awesome problem to have.
It's a fun way. It's a lot of balance.
But also, you know what gives us the ability to be able to do this too is the staff we have over there, the GMs, Justin
you don't even have to think about it. You know?
don't have to think about it. Steve and I are so fortunate that they just have, you know, they pick it up. They love it. They take pride over there. They love working. And, you know, it allows us to be able to do this and the store runs itself, you know, no problems. And
you can walk over right now and like, they know how to do.
There'd be 80 people over there right now. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah. Straight up. Dude, it's awesome crew. Like from top to bottom, side to side. From top, I just flash back to like metal concerts, like open this up, side to side, front to back. Just PTSD for a second right there. From all aspects. Awesome crew all around, man.
PTSD, Dave. PTSD, Dave.
No, I'll do Disney, Dave. That's fine.
PTSD, Dave.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
No, that was good.
What about what you said? You allocated some funds to the grow this week, right? That's coming.
Yeah, well, I just wrote out a $25,000 check to my uncle, and we got the tin going on. All the tin. It's going to be enclosed here. Tomorrow he's going to take out some concrete, put some concrete in, and within a couple of weeks, that's all building is going to be totally enclosed. We'll start spraying some foam in there, and then start putting some rooms in. You know, I don't think we're that far off.
You're going to put some rooms into the house next door for Chase too?
That's a possibility. That's a definite possibility. It's going to be a compound. It's going to be.
He's in my girlfriend's ear the other night. I'd be like, we got 1,200, probably 1,400 square foot for you. Come on down to Jersey.
Easily.
I'm just like, oh my God. I just got her to Philly. Come on.
Come to God's country.
Yeah, I think she likes New Jersey, Dave. She was telling the wife.
I know she does.
She's a Jersey girl.
She's a beach girl. She's not a farm girl. She'll say it herself.
Same thing, dude. Same thing.
You can't look at it for what it is right now. You got to look at it for what it's going to be and what it can become. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could become a homestead. How many people are going to say, you know what? I just want to
live here.
I live right on the same property as my cannabis company.
That's pretty badass.
I've got a studio right here. Kids got 20 acres across the street. They can go play.
Can we get quads?
Yeah, you can get quads. Oh, yeah. What are you talking about? Can you get quads? It's how many quads are we going to have?
All right.
That's how we're going to do tours on the farm. We're going to take people on the bus here. We're going to take them out there. We're going to do quads.
All right.
Go through a tour.
We can make a moat and get jet skis.
I'll moat around the housing
just for jet skis, like Billy Madison and the jet ski in the pool. Just jet ski for the sake of jet ski. Sorry,
right.
sorry.
I like
I
it.
drifted off there.
We're gonna this. I'm seeing it now with the vision. We're gonna do one of those toe line wakeboarding things too.
Put a ramp. You jump over the grow with a wakeboard.
You know what else is pretty cool? Kind of a little off topic.
Off topic of the wakeboarding toe line.
Off topic of the wakeboards. But we have like some really cool podcasts that are being shot in our podcast studio.
Definitely. We got a lot of cool stuff going on in there, man.
Yeah, no, we got. I think that's really going to ramp up too.
I think so too.
Tell Chris about your idea for Hollis and Riley.
Oh yeah, dude. So they're gonna be here Thursday, right? What I'm thinking is like, we're just spitballing, but like, you know how like there's a lot of different like Instagram accounts or like media outlets that do like, they'll do like fun questions or like little like quiz game things. I'm thinking that we do like almost like a spitball back and forth lightning round, or almost like a would you rather type of thing with Hollis and Riley when they're here, and it's like, you know, who would you rather smoke pot with? You know, like Willie Nelson or Snoop Dogg, but like obviously way cooler than that. And it's like we could just really get dialed into like each of their situations and like each of their like preferences, because it's so funny because they're both such awesome dudes, but so different, you know? And I feel like getting that contrast and like having them like both sitting down and like interacting directly with each other, like for that could be, I mean, that could be its whole own series.
We could have so many clips.
Point. Yeah.
That needs to be
gold.
like a staple in the Unrolled series, right?
That's what I'm saying. Or just make it its own. We can have, Chris, we're going to have so many series here. We got the Grow Room.
Yeah, we were talking about
We
this
got
too.
Unrolled. We got whatever the hell we're going to call the tours one, to creative name to be determined. We'll do like little, like a game, like the viral, like game show interview type stuff right there. We'll give Steve his own show.
It's just a microphone in a chair.
It's like just 15 minutes of just that
Couple
shot.
words come up.
Sailboat on the back. There's sailboats on the TVs. Just this is your moment of zen with Steve.
Yeah, and it's still
Silence.
15 minutes, but still splitting between camera angles. Like there's something happening, you know?
And you keep watching because you're waiting for a person to come on.
Yep.
Steve will be right back. Until then, relax and watch this sailboat on the screen.
Oh my God. That's each thing is it starts off with Steve taking off headphones and getting up. And it's just 10 minutes of this. And it comes with him getting back. It's like, and then it cuts.
Oh my God, that would be good.
No shortage of great ideas. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think to kind of bring it all home here, it's a lot of cool stuff going on. You know, I feel like we're just in this next era now, this of Frosted Nug as we move toward the campus days and getting up, grow and manufacturing, you know, and I don't know, man. I think like the first almost 6 months now have been wild to see what happened. The past 6 months, you know, I think the next 6 months are everything that has happened that we didn't expect or think like maybe could happen the way that it has. I think that's going to be amplified like times 10 this next 6 months. And I'm stoked to see where it goes.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of fun. I keep seeing Venn diagrams and all of them are overlapping right now. So there's like, everything's going to start touching.
People are growing. They're getting better. They're getting roles defined, what they need to do. And now as you get everybody to that point now, it's just going to explode, you know?
Yep.
Just doesn't matter. We're not going to be able to stop it. You know, people are just in motion now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if, man, this stuff starts getting edited and we start getting on a routine, putting it out on a schedule and people get used to it. And I don't know, like you said, if there's multiple different things, it can be Grow Room comes out on Mondays, Unroll comes out on Tuesdays, Hollis and Riley come out on Wednesdays, you know, like Max on Thursdays.
Dave doesn't know we're having a TV station yet. He didn't, nobody.
This is.
Oh my God.
Right. It's going to have a TV station.
Yeah, this is it's not
We're
that.
going to have
it's
an online TV station.
Yeah, it's just the equivalent of that. We're a production studio and we have a lineup and the YouTube channel puts out an episode every day for a different
Dude, when picture this, right? Event space is up and all that. And like you were talking about, like multiple
because of
different
Eli,
sets and
all of them.
stuff
Dude, there's
like
so
that.
many different.
Freaking have like backdrop, like swappable sets for each thing.
Well, it's like, look, you're on here and you download an app, right?
Out there on the line.
On the line.
Yeah, right.
HBO Max app. We have our own app. You download it. We have our own TV stations. It's like a cannabis TV network. But we can go, why not? Why don't we partner with other people who are successful in this industry? Maybe the First Smoke guys, stuff like that.
Yeah, first smoke of the day or cookies.
And find out, and maybe even outside, you got wellness stuff. You've got all this, how it can all relate to cannabis. And now we have like a network that we control, like a Barstool Sports in a way of the cannabis, wellness, holistic, erasing the stigma type industry that people can just pop into all the time and be like, wow.
That's a great way to put. I think that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
It's like Barstool. It's like because Barstool's got their different shows. They've got their different personalities. They're different people, and they're all over doing all different types of stuff. Because when we were getting this going, and I was thinking about like what my vision is within it all, I'm like, it's gonna be. We got to find like the way to do like Red Bull meets like Liquid Death meets Yeti, like about the production aspect of things, because they all are brands that really, really do like in-house production, really, really nailed down. But I think Barstool is a really good way to put it, where it's like they've got just this repertoire and this catalog of different stuff going on, their own platform.
What's interesting is that I see Riley when he's doing the stuff here, but I've been seeing clips of him in his own world. Like when I watch him, I didn't even know he had this. I don't know if it's on his podcast or whatever. He's analyzing the hockey games and the plays and telling them, okay, this person's in this position, that position. And he is incredible, right? So I can see people, seeing Riley in the holistic, the yoga, but even the Flyers fans who are pot smokers in our group are saying, oh yeah, look, Riley's breaking this down for a half hour. Here's Hollis Thomas breaking down the Eagles game.
Doing it on football. What's it called? Color commentary.
On
right?
Monday nights, we should have him breaking the game down, right? And that's part of the TV station. It's got all different things, but I just think we have the ability to do so much more than what we have planned right now.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. I think the possibilities are endless, and I think we're starting to hit more of a stride with it too. And
think about it's in my head right now. But think about it, right?
What do you got?
We've been talking about how do you what's the next level of a pop-up? Well, this would be pretty cool, but wouldn't it be cool if Green Lightning had a half-hour spot on our network all the time?
Yeah.
And so did
they just have a chance to like do their own infomercial.
Yeah, they have like an infomercial in a way.
Oh my God.
You can have all these different, and then we produce it for them.
So listen, all right, you want to hear how this time? Wait.
He already did it.
Do it. Go.
Literally earlier, I was talking to Dave about how I need a whiteboard with different orbs. And one of those orbs was all the vendors, the best stuff that they have, what they bring to the table, who their salespeople are, just getting all the stuff out of my head and getting it onto a board and like getting it all out. And that's one of them. That's that. You go through that and you go, here's your best stuff at our store. This is your best performing eighth, your best performing pre-roll, your best performing vape. Make us come to our place and make content based around that. Tell us about this strain. Tell us about this vape. Tell us about this thing. And then, that's your spot on the...
It's like MTV Cribs of the cannabis. I know they do a Canna Cribs or something like that, but...
QVC.
Yeah.
QVC.
Yes, infomercial shit. ShamWow.
For cannabis.
OxyClean.
ShamWow.
Yeah, OxyClean. Flex Seal. The whole...
Are you getting this camera guy?
My Pillow.
Yes, exactly. All that. Yes.
But cooler.
Yes.
Way cooler.
With Hollis doing the testimonials for him.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want Hollis to do a tasting? Do you trust your product enough for Hollis to smoke it on camera?
Ooh, that's good.
Are you confident enough that and we have Jack roll a cannon. Jack rolls a 2-gram cannon.
Why don't we have underground legacy people all in communities?
Oh, that want Hollis to rate their weed?
Yes, rate my weed with Hollis.
Dude, or you could do almost like hot ones.
Like
Hot ones is like
go through
the escalating like hotness.
Yes. Go through escalating strength.
Start off with something real simple and then end up with your like freaking hash hole you're making with Jack.
Yeah. See if they can hang. Can you hang with Hollis with your own weed? Bring your strains. Jack will roll it, and you have to get through a session of your weed with Hollis.
Dude. Oh my God. We need an editor. We need an editor.
Tell Brad he's done his job.
He's in. I know he is.
Oh man. We got a lot of cool shit we can do.
All right, so we got a game plan now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's it, huh?
I want to let you guys get to that point.
You already had it. Yeah.
It'll take us about 40 minutes.
Okay,
I was just waiting for you
wondering
guys
when
to
we're gonna get to that
reach it.
subject.
Yeah.
Wanted you
You're
guys
learning.
to feel good about it.
Good job, Jedi.
Yeah. Aha.
Oh my God, that's the moment. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. Not even like the TV app. That's the next iteration. We could do right now. All right. Any name the company. Are you confident enough in your shit to give it to us and let Hollis sample it on camera and tell us the truth?
We could, dude, that could be Hollis's like
His
recurring thing.
niche, yeah.
Think about this, dude, because like we're like, you know, working with Hollis and like helping like build his brand within cannabis. What better way to do that than to be like, he's the standard. Have him try it and
He
let
has
him
to-
tell you.
Yeah,
has
who's
to
the
pass
guy on
his
American
test.
Idol? Is it Simon?
Simon Cowell.
Yeah, like Simon
Yeah.
Cowell, you know, he'd tell you the
Rubbish.
honest to God blunt.
And
You suck.
if anybody's
You sucked.
going to tell you the truth, it is Hollis.
Yep. Yep.
And if anybody can roll a good joint out of anything, it's Jack. So we just get Jack to roll the joint and Hollis samples it. We'll do your weed the most justice we can.
It's like Rob Dyrdek and
Big Black, yeah.
Fantasy
Robin
Factory.
Black, yeah.
Oh my God. This is
Robin Big.
we're building our
Yeah.
own is Fantasy Factory, especially once we have the toe line wakeboarding going, dude. Telling you, Fantasy Factory. Damn. All right, there it is.
That's it.
Time to get to work again.
And that's the Belushi rap right there. I mean, that's the Belushi rap.
See, Jim Belushi, thank you for sparking all this
Seriously.
greatness right here.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
We'll give him an infomercial. We'll give him 30 minutes.
Belushi
Yeah.
can get an infomercial.
Yeah.
Give him a premium spot.
Yeah. Prime time.
Yeah. Yeah. Thursday night football. Tune into us.
Yep.
Halftime show.
Yeah, and if you want Belushi, you got to come here because it's only in 5 stores.
5, right?
I
In the
mean,
whole
it's
state?
limited drops. They don't have enough.
And it seriously is good. It passes my smell test. It passes my taste test. All the things that I wanted. It burns white. It stays lit. I mean, it definitely. It's really good.
Passes Dave's test.
If
Must-
it passes,
must be it.
honestly, that's like we're talking about a standard. If it passes Dave's test, that's pretty damn good.
98 Rotten Tomatoes. That's good.
That's critic score. Yeah. Pretty big deal. Hell yeah. So come and get it. Jim Belushi and co. Thank you guys for coming here, hanging out.
I guess. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. And hope to see you soon. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Frosted Nug Presents. If you liked what you heard, subscribe, leave a review, and tell someone else who might like it too. We appreciate you. See you in the next one.